Is peritoneal dialysis better than hemodialysis? When it comes to kidney failure, two popular treatments are peritoneal dialysis, or PD, and hemodialysis, HD. But which one's better? Well, that's not an easy question to answer. It depends on various factors, including the patient's health condition, lifestyle needs, and financial situation. I want to talk about peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis and really get into the technicalities of each method, weigh their pros and cons, compare their efficiencies and costs. By doing so, we aim to equip you with comprehensive knowledge to make informed decisions tailored to each individual patient's circumstances. Remember, what's right for one may not be right for another. So let's dive in and explore these life-saving therapies together. Patient experiences of dialysis include challenges, psychological stress, and the importance of empathetic support and mental health resources. It also involves family involvement and advancements in technology. Are you struggling with your health? If you're someone living with chronic kidney disease, I've got great news for you. Hello, I'm Mathia Ford, a registered dietitian nutritionist specializing in chronic kidney disease and owner of RenalDietHQ.com. I specialize in helping people just like you improve their health by making simple yet delicious changes to your meals. Together, we can transform your eating habits, boost your overall well-being, and ensure that you're enjoying every bite along the way. Say goodbye to bland and boring meals and say hello to a healthier, more vibrant life. Let's get started on this incredible journey to better health together. Visit RenalDietHQ.com today and take the first step towards a healthier lifestyle. Understanding the basics of peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis. Peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis are the two main methods of renal replacement therapy used to treat end-stage kidney disease, ESKD. ESKD is when the kidneys are no longer able to function adequately. Renal replacement therapy, which may be in the form of dialysis or kidney transplant, are necessary at this stage of chronic kidney disease. Both treatments aim to remove waste products and excess fluids from the body that the impaired kidneys cannot filter out effectively. Peritoneal dialysis involves using the peritoneum, a membrane lining the abdominal cavity, as a natural filter. A catheter is surgically inserted into the abdomen, and a dialysis solution, also known as dialysate, is introduced into the peritoneal cavity. Waste products and excess fluids from the blood pass through the peritoneum into the dialysate, which is later drained out, taking the waste with it. There are two types of PD: continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, where manual exchanges are performed several times a day, and automated peritoneal dialysis, which uses a machine for automated exchanges during your sleep. Hemodialysis involves using an artificial kidney or dialyzer to filter the blood. The patient's blood is drawn through a vascular access point, such as an arteriovenous fistula or a graft or a venous catheter. It is then purified by the dialyzer, which removes waste products and excess fluids, and the cleaned blood is returned to the patient's body. Hemodialysis sessions are typically performed 3 times a week, lasting several hours per session at a dialysis center. The choice between PD and HD depends on various factors, including the patient's medical condition, lifestyle, and preference. PD offers more flexibility and can be done at home, whereas hemodialysis requires regular visits to a dialysis center unless you're doing home hemo, which is another video. Both treatments have their benefits and potential complications, and patients should discuss the options thoroughly with their healthcare team to determine the most suitable approach for their individual needs. The pros of peritoneal dialysis. The pros and cons of peritoneal dialysis. So peritoneal dialysis offers several advantages and some disadvantages as a renal replacement therapy for individuals with end-stage kidney disease. Some of the pros: flexibility and convenience. PD can be performed at home, offering more flexibility and independence compared to HD, which requires frequent visits to a dialysis center. Continuous therapy. PD provides continuous dialysis, which means toxins and waste products are removed more consistently throughout the day, potentially leading to better fluid and waste control. Lesser dietary restrictions. PD may allow for a more liberal diet since it provides continuous removal, reducing the need for strict dietary restrictions compared to HD. Fewer vascular access complications. PD uses a catheter in the abdomen, reducing the risk of permanent access complications associated with HD. Some of the cons: infection risk. Peritoneal catheter creates a direct pathway to the abdomen, increasing the risk of infections such as peritonitis if proper sterile technique is not followed. Volume limitations. PD may not be suitable for end-stage renal disease patients with certain medical conditions or individuals with inadequate peritoneal membrane function, as it may not provide adequate dialysis efficiency. Weight gain and glucose absorption. Some peritoneal dialysis patients may experience weight gain, and increased blood sugar levels due to the glucose-based dialysate used in PD. Peritoneal membrane changes. Over time, the peritoneal membrane may undergo changes, reducing dialysis efficiency and potentially limiting the long-term effectiveness of PD. And the continuous presence of dialysis fluid. PD requires the continuous presence of dialysis fluid in the abdomen, which some patients may find uncomfortable. PD offers convenience, continuous therapy, and fewer vascular access complications, but may carry a higher risk of infection, have volume limitations, and present other potential drawbacks. Each dialysis patient's medical condition, their lifestyle, and preferences should be considered when deciding whether PD is the most appropriate form of dialysis for them. Close monitoring and regular follow-ups with the healthcare team are crucial to optimize the benefits and address any concerns with PD therapy. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of hemodialysis. HD is an effective renal replacement therapy for individuals with end-stage kidney disease. Like any medical treatment, HD has its advantages and disadvantages. The pros are effective waste removal. HD efficiently removes waste products, toxins, and excess fluids from the bloodstream, helping to maintain electrolyte balance and manage fluid levels. Short treatment duration. HD sessions typically last a few hours and are performed 3 times a week, making it a suitable option for those who prefer a structured treatment schedule. Professional monitoring. HD is performed in a dialysis center under the supervision of trained medical staff, allowing for continuous monitoring of patients' vital signs and immediate access to medical assistance if needed. No continuous presence of dialysate. Unlike PD, HD does not require the continuous presence of dialysate in the body, potentially leading to a more comfortable experience for some patients, and a lower infection risk. HD does not involve the insertion of a peritoneal catheter, reducing the risk of peritonitis and other catheter-related infections. Some of the cons of hemodialysis: the time commitment. HD sessions require regular visits to a dialysis center, which can be time-consuming and may disrupt daily routines. Dietary restrictions. Patients on hemodialysis often need to follow strict dietary restrictions to manage fluid, potassium, phosphorus, and sodium levels, which can be challenging. Vascular access issues. Long-term use of long-term HD access points like fistulas, grafts, and catheters can lead to complications such as infection, stenosis, or thrombosis. Fluid shifts. Rapid removal of fluids during HD may cause blood pressure changes and discomfort, and in some cases may necessitate the administration of IV fluids. And intradialytic symptoms. Some chronic dialysis patients experience intradialytic symptoms such as fatigue, muscle cramps, or nausea during their HD session. The decision to choose hemodialysis as a treatment option depends on factors like the patient's overall health, lifestyle, and preferences, and it should be made in consultation with your healthcare team. Close monitoring and adherence to the prescribed treatment plan can optimize the benefits of HD and improve the patient's quality of life. Let's talk about a study titled The Comparative Analysis of Efficacy and Prognosis of HD and PD for End-Stage Renal Disease, a meta-analysis. This provides valuable insights into the efficiency of peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis in treating end-stage renal disease. I will put a link to it in the description below. The meta-analysis suggests both PD and HD can improve renal function in uremic patients, but it found certain advantages of PD over HD. According to the study, PD was found to be superior to HD in reducing the incidence of adverse reactions. This could be attributed to the continuous and gentle nature of waste removal in PD, which may lead to fewer intradialytic symptoms and blood pressure fluctuations compared to HD. The meta-analysis indicates that PD showed better outcomes in terms of improving the nutritional status of patients. PD allows for a more liberal diet due to its continuous clearance, which may contribute to better nutrition in PD patients and potentially impact overall health positively. Moreover, the study suggests that these advantages of PD might translate into improved quality of life for patients. Reducing adverse reactions and supporting better nutritional status, peritoneal dialysis patients may experience a better overall well-being and enhanced quality of life compared to HD patients. However, it is important to acknowledge that the choice between PD and HD should be personalized and based on individual factors such as the patient's medical condition, lifestyle, and preferences. Both PD and HD have their unique characteristics and benefits, and the selection should be made in consultation with a healthcare team to optimize renal function, manage symptoms, and improve the patient's overall health and quality of life. So this meta-analysis provides evidence that both PD and HD can effectively improve renal function in ESRD patients. While PD demonstrated advantages over HD in reducing adverse reactions, improving nutritional status, and potentially enhancing quality of life, the choice between the two treatments should be carefully considered on a case-by-case basis to ensure the best possible outcomes for each patient. Dialysis efficiency for both PD and HD is measured by various parameters that assess the effectiveness of waste removal, fluid control, and overall patient well-being. Peritoneal dialysis efficiency is measured using the following tests. Peritoneal equilibration test, PET. This test evaluates the efficiency of solute transport across the peritoneal membrane. It measures the rate at which waste products, like creatinine and urea, move from the bloodstream into the dialysate, and vice versa. PET results are used to categorize peritoneal dialysis patients into different transporter types, guiding individualized PD prescriptions. Dialysate drain volume, the volume of dialysate drained from the peritoneal cavity during exchanges, indicates the removal of excess fluids. Adequate fluid removal is crucial to prevent volume overload and related complications. Ultrafiltration rate, UFR. UFR measures the amount of fluid removed during a PD exchange, indicating the effectiveness of fluid control. Maintaining an appropriate UFR is essential to avoid dehydration or overhydration. And peritoneal clearance. Peritoneal clearance represents the rate at which waste products are cleared from the bloodstream during PD. High peritoneal clearance indicates efficient waste removal. For hemodialysis, they use KT over V. This parameter assesses the efficiency of solute removal during hemodialysis. K represents the dialyzer clearance of waste products. T is the duration of the HD session, and V is the volume of distribution of these waste products in the patient's body. A higher KT over V value indicates better solute removal. Urea reduction ratio. The URR measures the percentage of urea reduction in the blood after a hemodialysis session. It's an indicator of overall solute removal efficiency. Single pool KT over V is a modified version of KT over V, focusing on just urea removal. It considers a single compartment of urea distribution, simplifying the calculation. And blood pressure stability. HD efficiency can also be evaluated based on blood pressure stability during and after the treatment. Effective fluid removal and waste clearance contribute to stable blood pressure levels. Efficiency measurements are crucial for optimizing dialysis prescriptions and ensuring patients receive adequate treatment. Regular monitoring of these parameters allows healthcare professionals to tailor treatment plans, addressing individual patient needs and achieving better outcomes in both PD and HD therapies. Choosing the right type of treatment can greatly affect your sense of freedom and lifestyle, and it's not merely about medical efficiency, but also how well it meshes with your daily routines. When considering PD versus HD, certain patient factors should be considered that extend beyond their medical effectiveness. Traveling restrictions. PD may grant you more flexibility for traveling because treatments are portable and can be performed anywhere with a clean environment. Emotional well-being. Both types of dialysis have significant psychological impacts, but studies suggest PD may cause less emotional stress due to its greater autonomy. Work-life balance. With PD, you can continue working while undergoing treatment at home or work, whereas HD typically requires a visit 3 times a week to a dialysis center, which can limit your ability to work. Social interactions and exercise limitations. Socializing is easier with PD as there's no need to schedule around hospital appointments. Exercise is also more manageable since energy levels remain steadier throughout the day. The choice between PD and HD isn't just about medical outcomes, it's also about preserving your quality of life in ways that matter the most to you. Maintaining meaningful relationships, pursuing passions, ensuring mental health stability, and embracing the joy of everyday activities without unnecessary hindrance. Your daily menu might see some significant changes depending on the type of kidney treatment you're undergoing, as each has its own dietary considerations and restrictions. For instance, peritoneal dialysis typically requires more protein intake due to losses during dialysis exchanges. This would mean incorporating more high-protein foods into your meals or considering supplement usage. Nutrition challenges are common with both types of dialysis, but can be managed with careful planning and dietary adjustments. With HD, you'll face fluid restrictions that limit how much fluid you consume a day. This may lead to creative approaches to quenching thirst without overloading your system. On the other hand, PD patients often have fewer fluid restrictions, which could make meal planning a bit easier. However, they must monitor their sugar levels closely since PD solutions contain glucose. That said, regular consultations with dietitians experienced in kidney care are usually necessary for both HD and PD patients to ensure nutritional needs are met effectively. Remember that each dialysis option comes with unique dietary considerations. Tailoring your food choices around these factors will greatly assist in managing your health while on treatment. The role of your personal health condition in choosing dialysis type, it's vital to keep in mind that individual health conditions play a pivotal role in determining the most suitable kidney treatment for you. Your disease progression, emotional well-being, and mobility issues significantly impact the choice between PD and HD. Family support is another essential factor, as both treatments require an extent of assistance. Whether it's transportation for HD or setup for PD at home, medical supervision also differs. HD is performed under direct medical supervision, whereas peritoneal allows more independence, but you still need to go for regular checkups. The above factors highlight why patient-specific consideration is indispensable when deciding between these two forms of dialysis. Patient experiences with peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis can vary widely and are influenced by various factors like treatment duration, lifestyle adjustments, and your overall health. Here's some experiences with each modality. PD experiences. There's a home-based convenience. Many PD patients appreciate the flexibility of performing treatments at home, allowing them to maintain their daily routines and reduce the need for frequent visits to a dialysis clinic. Independence and control. PD empowers patients to have more control over their treatment, including the ability to perform exchanges themselves and adjust schedules according to their preferences. And potential discomfort. Some patients may experience discomfort or difficulty during the initial catheter insertion or while performing exchanges, which can impact their overall experience with PD. There's a fear of infection. PD patients need to be vigilant about maintaining sterile technique during exchanges to avoid peritonitis or other infections, which can lead to anxiety or stress. Their impact on sleep. If you're doing the automated peritoneal dialysis at night, it may disrupt sleeping patterns due to the noise of the cycler, potentially affecting the quality of sleep for some patients. Now, hemodialysis experiences are similar in many ways, but one way it differs is the dialysis center environment. HD patients typically spend several hours, multiple times a week, at a dialysis center, which may be a significant lifestyle adjustment impacting their daily activities and social life. Interaction with healthcare professionals. HD patients often build strong relationships with their healthcare team at the dialysis center, providing them with a sense of support and care during their treatments. Intradialytic symptoms. Some patients may experience intradialytic symptoms such as fatigue, nausea, muscle cramps, which can affect their well-being during dialysis sessions. And then vascular access concerns. Long-term use of vascular access points may pose challenges, and patients may need to manage potential complications like infection or stenosis. And finally, dietary restrictions. HD patients often have to adhere to strict dietary restrictions to manage fluid, potassium, and phosphorus levels, which can be challenging and impact their enjoyment of food. Overall, patient experiences with HD and PD are unique and influenced by individual circumstances. Open communication with your healthcare team, adequate support, and adherence to the prescribed treatment plan can play a crucial role in enhancing your satisfaction and well-being with either dialysis modality. Choosing the right treatment option for kidney failure isn't always straightforward. You've got to consider your lifestyle, health condition, and personal comfort. There's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to choosing between PD and HD. This decision is deeply personal and should be made after considering dialysis alternatives like transplantation and home dialysis options like nocturnal or short daily sessions, as well as the psychosocial impacts of each choice. Here are some considerations for making your choice. The psychosocial impacts. Consider how each type of dialysis will affect your emotional well-being and social life. Some people find home treatments less disruptive to their daily lives. Caregiver support. If you choose home dialysis options, ensure you have a strong support system in place, as this can demand significant commitment from caregivers. And advanced planning. Plan ahead for potential changes in your health status that might necessitate switching types of dialysis. Remember that what works best for one patient may not be ideal for another due to different medical conditions or lifestyles. Always take time to weigh your options carefully with your healthcare team before making any final decisions about dialysis treatments. PD or HD, the choice is up to you. The choice between peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis is complex, depending on health condition, lifestyle, and financial considerations. Both have pros and cons, with peritoneal dialysis showing advantages in reducing adverse reactions and improving nutrition. Patient experiences vary, affecting lifestyle freedom and diet. Considering travel flexibility, emotional well-being, work-life balance, and social interactions is crucial. Cost comparison should factor in direct and indirect expenses and insurance coverage. Personalization is key, and advanced planning is necessary for potential health changes. The goal is to find a balance that optimizes health, quality of life, and overall satisfaction with your chosen treatment.